Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House?
Sure. Come on in.
They have cold beer and action on the game.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
It's time for the Degenerates Next Door.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Conference championship weekend, baby. And we got some good ones. The Big Ten, the SEC, that's what we're focusing on today. My name is Jason Hammer. I do the Hammer and Nigel show. Afternoons in Indianapolis, joined alongside former elected official, former tax-cutting machine, and a top-rated radio host on his own, Rob Kendall. Rob, I know you're a Notre Dame super fan, but you've got a degree on your wall that says Indiana University. So can you put any sort of fandom to the side and be objective when we're talking Buckeyes and Hoosiers today?
Oh, I got no love for those bastards. All they did was take my money for some useless degree that's never helped me at all. I don't care.
And with that, we are off and running. So, number one against number two, Ohio State, the Buckeyes, taking on the Indiana Hoosiers. And Rob, the spread, it's gone down a little bit. It's 4.5 now. The Buckeyes are a 4.5-point favorite against the Hoosiers in Indianapolis. The total is around 48.5.
Okay, first of all, just let me say, since you didn't announce it, I was the co-champion of the college football regular season.
Regular season, co-champion.
I'm like what was the year the Mariners won like 9 million games and then got beat in the playoffs? But they said, what was it, 01? One of those years they tied or set the all-time record for regular season wins, and Boone and Ichiro, and they're unbeatable. That's me. Okay. I'm going to be the 01 Mariners. And then Rob just fell apart in the postseason.
You and David are tied for the regular season lead in our college football standings. I am a game behind. So the regular season has ended, and now we got big boy football here. We're talking Big Ten championship game. So now that we've done your participation trophy victory lap here, who wins this thing?
Look, the line, money's coming in on IU because that opened at 5.5. And now it's 4.5, which that should be kind of alarming for me based on what I'm about to do. But I feel like this moved in my favor. Look, I don't, and this sounds horrible to say because IU was great at Oregon, but I just have watched them play every game this year, and I don't even know what the real deal would look like in a modern college football. Like, what do I expect them to be? Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, USC. That just doesn't exist anymore because of the parity. I just don't think IU's all that. Not to say they're not all that good. How do you undefeated?
I think defensively, Indiana's really good.
I do, but damn, is Ohio State's defense really good? And Ohio State, with those receivers, just has the ability to push the ball. I don't think, while the Oregon quarterback is good, I don't think they face those sort of receivers this year. It seems like a neutral field. Ohio State's going to travel. It's indoors, so the weather won't be an issue.
Are Indiana fans going to show up, or are they going to pull a Notre Dame? Remember when Georgia played in Notre Dame Stadium? And I think Nebraska did this too. Those fans, they went to the secondary ticket market and bought up all the tickets, and they turned it into a home game, right? Now, this is rare air for Indiana. Ohio State does this all the time. They might not even give a damn about the Big Ten championship football game. But if you're an Indiana fan, how often do you get the opportunity to sell a football ticket to make a couple $1,000s?
Money talks, right? I mean, wouldn't you, if someone offered you an exorbitant amount of money for a game you could watch at home, wouldn't you take it? But I'm not an in-person sports guy. I like watching it better on television. So maybe I'm the wrong person. You're an in-person events guy. You're probably the better person to ask.
I like campus sites better. Like, this game is in Indianapolis. Okay, and if this were the national championship, all right, that's different. But when you go to a campus site game, like I go to a lot of Tennessee Vols games, the atmosphere in Neyland Stadium is worth being there. You can't get that at home.
Yeah.
Like getting drunk and singing Rocky Top and not being able to hear the person next to you for 3 hours. Like, that is a fun atmosphere. This is going to be at an NFL stadium. Downtown Indy, crowd's going to be a little loud, but it's certainly not like what the shoe is going to be for Ohio State. So I don't know, man. If I had the ticket and there was somebody on the secondary market that was looking, it'd be hard to say no, especially at Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be bummed when you're not at that game, but then for the next several months as you're spending that money, you'd be like, oh, glad I did that. I'm taking Ohio State laying the 4.5.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Me too.
Oh, just bet it all on IU then.
Here's my reasoning. I'm not as down on Indiana offensively as you seem to be. I think Indiana probably is the second best team in America. I don't think there's many dominant teams that are out there. But Ohio State is the closest thing I think we have to one. Since they've lost to Michigan about a year ago now, I think they're 17-1 against the spread. They've been beating the dog piss out of people. They won a national championship, and look who they had to buzzsaw going through it. Tennessee a year ago, who came in hot with multiple NFL dudes on the defensive line, an Oregon offense that was hot, that had an NFL quarterback, and then they get to the national championship game, and they beat the brakes off of Notre Dame. The Buckeyes can play some damn football.
I'd like to point out in fairness, though, Notre Dame did score first.
Sure they did. And Tennessee cut it to a one-possession game at one point before having their doors blown off. Doesn't matter.
I looked at my old man when, what's his face, the guy for the Colts now,
Riley Leonard,
got in the end zone on that quarterback sneak, and I said, well, that's it. Enjoy that one. Oh, you're so negative about everything.
Take a picture of the scoreboard now. No, long story short, if I can get Ohio State at 6 points or less against anybody in America, I don't care if it's Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss, Oregon, Indiana, you name it, Texas A&M, I'm taking the Buckeyes against them. I think the Buckeyes are the best team in America. Indiana might be number 2. And the line's gone in our favor, like you said. So I'm with the Buckeyes here. I'm going to lay 4.5. It's not a knock against the Hoosiers. I just think Ohio State, they're those dudes right now. All right, so now we pivot to the SEC championship game, where it seems like these guys play each other multiple times a year now. There's a banger in the regular season, followed by a rematch in the conference championship game. This is like the 5th time these guys have played in just a little bit over a calendar year. Georgia, Alabama, Georgia, 2.5-point favorite against Alabama, and the total, Rob, right around 47.5.
Okay, so I'd like to clarify, too, for these picks. I let Casey, my partner, we did a whole segment on this where I made her work. I let her make the picks, but I made her work through it. So she agreed on the Ohio State 4.5, which I would have taken that anyway. Now, this one went a little different direction.
Now, Casey is your radio partner.
That's
you
right.
said that in a very, way where people thought maybe that's your romantic partner. She had to work her way through it, and people don't know what you mean.
No, she'd never be that lucky. I like Georgia laying the 2.5, but I let her make the pick, and her theory, and now this was after she asked me, okay, what's Georgia ranked? Okay, what's Alabama ranked? How many games has Georgia lost this year? How many games has Alabama lost this year? So clearly a well-versed pick. We're going over 47.5 points.
Okay. So you let your co-host of your radio program, who had no idea what these teams were ranked, talk you into an over.
I'm the champ. I got the most wins. Who's atop the scoreboard?
Well, David is too.
He doesn't count.
Okay.
I don't loathe him like I loathe you. I'm playing to beat you.
Okay. You've got a 1-game lead on me as we head into the postseason here. I am old enough to remember when Alabama beat the hell out of Georgia in the regular season last year. Georgia came back, got revenge. Alabama didn't make the playoff last year. The Tide, they're in a position now where they don't want to be sweating on selection night because there's a lot of people that feel like, if Alabama loses this one, do you penalize them?
Dunzo.
It's supposed to be a reward to play in a conference championship game, but do you knock them if they get beat in that? I don't know. But you know what? I don't think it's going to matter. For the 3rd time in the last 4 meetings, I'm going to take Alabama here. I will scoop up the points, plus 2.5. I think Bama's got the better quarterback, and what do we always say? Better quarterback getting points.
Yep.
All things are equal. That's where I want to go. So give me the Tide in this one. I've watched Georgia all year. In the last couple of weeks, they've looked pretty good. I will admit that. But they have been kissed by an angel a lot this year. They have been ugly. They have been struggling offensively. I'm not in love with the quarterback. So give me the Tide. Alabama eliminates all doubt, punch their ticket to the playoff. I will take Alabama plus 2.5. Think about this weekend. You can bet on Ohio State with 5 points or less, and you're getting points with Alabama. When the hell does that ever happen?
Yeah, you're right.
I'm here for both. All right, let's see what our professional handicappers think. Kenny Britt and David Stephanoff. They are coming up next. We are the Degenerates Next Door. College Football Conference Championship edition of the Degenerates Next Door. It's the final Tuesday podcast of this football season. Kenny Britt, one of our professional handicappers, the man behind KB Sports, which you can find on Facebook, joins us. And Kenny, you've been waiting all year for this game. As a card-carrying member of the IU football fan base, you asked for it. You're going to get it. Number 2, Indiana. Number 1, Ohio State. Downtown Indianapolis, the Buckeyes, as of right now, 4.5-point favorites with an over-under around 48.5, my friend.
Jason, this is just perfect. I mean, the setting, everything about this game is perfect. I'm a little older than everybody else on this podcast. I grew up in the 80s, watching the Bill Mallory teams, and 7 and 5s were like us winning the Super Bowl back in the 80s. Like 7 and 5 was celebrated. I cannot wait for this game. I mean, I'm a Colts fan. I'm a Steelers fan. This trumps any Super Bowl for me. I hate Ohio State that much. I love IU that much. And I'm just so freaking excited. I only live 40 minutes from the campus down at IU. I'm so freaking excited for this game. I just hope it's a good game. They don't let us down.
But can you put your fandom aside to win the bet, though?
Last week, for the first time ever, I gave out the Steelers as a VIP play. And you saw what happened there. And I felt Buffalo, they're reeling. The Steelers at home, they need this. So I don't know if I was reading the game right, it just didn't go right, or if it was my fandom. So that's a great question. Here's what I like. I'm going to stay away from the game itself. I want to cop out on the game, and I'm going to go with the Ohio State Buckeyes under 26.5 on their team total.
Team total under for the Buckeyes.
Yes, I think, Ohio State, they're young, but they prove that, obviously they can go on the road and, in a bad environment and they beat Michigan last week. But they got a lot of freshmen on that team and sophomores that start. Indiana's got a lot of experience, not in a game like this per se. I think this game is bigger than last year's game, against Notre Dame, even though that was a playoff game. This team is ready to win a championship. Last year's team wasn't ready. This year's team is ready to win, and this is the biggest game in IU football history. I mean, it really bigger than the playoff game last year. I know that sounds silly, but
no, you're good, man.
I'm pretty pumped about the game. I mean, I hope you can tell in my voice.
All right, so let's jump ship here because we're up against it. How about this SEC championship game? Rematch of Georgia and Bama. Right now, Georgia 2.5-point home fave, total 47.5.
Yeah, that line's a little crazy. Georgia being favored in that game. Like you said, Bama won earlier in the year at Georgia. So I'm a little confused about that. I know Jam Miller, I don't know if you've heard anything this morning, but he's probably not going to play this weekend. So that's a little bit of concerning for me for the Alabama side. But you talk about this all the time. All things being equal, take the better quarterback and the points. And in my opinion, Ty Simpson's a little bit better than Gunnar Stockton, and I'm gonna take Alabama in the 2.5. If anybody can find it at 3, I'll take the 3. But everywhere I've looked, it's 2.5. But I think Alabama will win this game outright. I don't know if you guys have made your plays yet.
I'm with you. Exact same reason. Better quarterback getting points, and if you're giving me the Tide in points, I'll take that pretty much every time.
Well, why do you think Georgia's favored? You got an opinion on that?
It's just like last year, right? Bama beats up on them in a regular season. Kirby Smart's pretty good in revenge games. It's a little closer to Georgia's campus than it is Bama's. You're not seeing a lot of travel back and forth from these fan bases, really, with conference championship games. They're kind of saving their money for the big playoff. So maybe that has something to do with it. Georgia's played a little better down the stretch, maybe. But I'm with you. I like the better quarterback getting points here. Exactly.
And I got a question for you. The unlikely scenario where, let's say Georgia just waxes Alabama 34-10 or something. Does Alabama still make the play? Are they in? Are they guaranteed to be in?
I think they're in. I don't think you penalize a team for having to play an extra game, right? Your reward is a conference championship game. I don't think you penalize somebody for losing that. Now, I could be totally wrong. I'm not on the committee. But after Bama was left out last year, I'm telling you, it's going to be real hard to tell the brass in Tuscaloosa, sorry, you're not making it back in this year either, even though you advanced to the conference championship game.
Yeah, that would be a tough thing to do. And then the other scenario would be, if BYU were to upset Texas Tech, that takes away a spot. Because I think Texas Tech, even if they were to lose, I think they're in. Their only loss this year was when their starting quarterback didn't play. I think they've done enough to prove that they're in. So it's just, I don't know, it's kind of like March Madness. There's a lot of scenarios, really interesting. I know Saturday on our group text, we was playing back and forth, playing committee members. But, it's going to be a great weekend of college football. I can't believe it's already over for the regular season. But,
hey, Kenny, if somebody wants to become a client of yours, if they want to get your VIP plays for the rest of college football, college basketball, the NBA, got some big NFL action still ahead. Where can they go?
Yeah, on Facebook, on KB Sports, do everything but professional hockey, and had a great weekend last weekend in college football, going 8-3. So it was just sign up today.
Kenny Britt, KB Sports, my man, we appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Jason.
All right, so we've heard from Kenny Britt of KB Sports, one of our pro handicappers. We will now go to our other pro handicapper. The man behind followneverfade.com is a big, hairy American winning machine. David Stephanoff joins us. My man, how are you?
Thank you, Hammer, for having me. We've got a big week of football action. Let's get it kicked off. Let's get some great games on store.
Let's do it, man. Let's start with the big one. Number 1 versus number 2, Big Ten championship game. The Buckeyes, the Hoosiers. Buckeyes, 4.5-point favorites in Indianapolis against Indiana, and the total right around 48.5 here.
This is going to be a good one. We can't bet with our heart here, but we all in our little group chat, us guys, us degenerates, we have a nonstop group chat. We tried to call this line out about a month ago, I think we did, when both were all around the same thing. But my spot-on thing here was the total here in this game. I always thought this total would be pretty low here in this game. Two great defenses. Two good quarterbacks, who are really untested. Ohio State didn't look too great versus Michigan last week. But one thing we got here consistently all year long is two great defenses. I'm looking for a defensive battle. The line opened up at 5.5 since it dropped down. It's a lot of money on Indiana. It's not really a home field. It will be a home field advantage, but not really. Ohio State travels well. But I love the total in this game to go under 48. I just think one of these teams could lay an egg and defense could be one-sided. I'm not saying Indiana. If I favor side here, I definitely scoop up the points with Indiana here. I think it's an evenly matched game. I love the under in this game, Hammer.
Yeah, Rob and I are both on Ohio State. And I made my case earlier that it's not a knock against Indiana. I think Indiana might be the second best team in the country. But if I can get Ohio State less than 6 against anybody in the country, you name it, Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia, I think Ohio State is the best team in the country. And if I can get them less than a field goal against anybody, that's probably where I want to go.
Definitely. You're never get them lower than that. Probably, definitely play postseason will be even higher than that. But people got to think about last week and how they struggled versus Michigan. The conditions are going to be totally different elements this week. The speed will probably show up for Ohio State. That's where I'm afraid Indiana might be weak. Ohio State's speed, especially in the receivers. But I just think Indiana's defense, every game shows up, regardless of Mendoza has a good game or has a bad game, regardless of Ohio State QB has a good game. The defense of these guys are awesome. I think he's looking at the best two defenses in the country. Too bad they got played in the Big Ten Championship. But I like Indiana. I'm just not trying to be. I just think it's going to be too close a game. It's going to be a field goal game. I don't think there'll be a lot of points in this game.
Okay.
I'm not going to say IU for the game for the show. I apologize. But my official play definitely under 48.5. If you get 48.5 right now, I'd jump on it because I'm seeing nothing but 48s.
All right, so let's move to the SEC championship game. Georgia and Bama running it back again. Seems like these teams are good for playing each other a couple of times a year now. The regular season and then again in the postseason. We've got Georgia, 2.5-point favorite. The total right around 47.5.
Well, I think this is going to be. I'm split on this game, but my official pick is going to be Bama. But I got a couple of things about this game I like. Both these big games, I don't think there'll be a lot of points scored in these games. We've got great defenses on both games. Bama and Georgia's defenses have been absolutely phenomenal. Bama's only gave up, I think, over 21 points maybe one time, 24 points all time this year one time. I know Georgia's defense the last 9 games only gave up only 21 points. It was to Bama itself. In this game they played earlier this year, Bama dominated this game. They dominated both sides of the ball. The score is closer than it looks. Bama had the better team. They've had the harder schedule. I think they got the better quarterback, especially quarterback position. I think they've got the better quarterback here. This is his coming out party last time when they played Georgia. He had a hell of a game. He brought him back basically single-handedly down the field and won the game for Alabama. The line here is 2.5. It's a dead number for me. I'm gonna take +3. I'm gonna let now you get +2.5, but plus money on some books. I'm gonna buy it up to +3. You get -115, -120 some places, but I'm gonna take Alabama +3. I don't think that the points here in a game, a low-scoring game. You might want to take the points. Bama could win this game from start to finish, and we won't need the points. But just for the show, I'm going to buy it up to +3 and take Bama plus the points versus Georgia.
Okay, so you're buying points now. I thought we only made fun of Kenny Britt for doing that, David. And here you go, buying points in the SEC championship game. Like Bear Bryant's rolling over in his grave right now, David.
It's a 0.5 point. It's a number, but it's a dead number. It's a 0.5 point. I'm not buying 1.5. I'm not laying 170. But I did check this morning on some sites. It's +2.5 with Bama, but +105 on plus money on some of these sites. Not no BS sites, actual legit sites. So +3. Hey, it could be a field goal game. It's better than having a loser in your pocket than a winner and push in your pocket. And trust me, you survive another day. I'm not going to take a whole point, but 0.5 point here I think is called for here in this situation.
Where can somebody become a VIP client of yours, David?
Hey, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, I'm everywhere. Put a lot of free plays out every day on every platform. I'm easy to reach out and get a hold of. I've got a lot of signups. Thank you to a lot of guys that reach out from listening to this podcast. A lot of guys, I always tell Hammer all the time, thank you for what he does for me because I get so many signups from the podcast. But hey, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. We're in the middle of college basketball is my bread and butter. We just play a lot of college games. I'm at a lot of college games, put a lot of videos out. But hey, thank you for everything you do. Shout out to KB Sports, Kenny Britt, the mayor of Brownsburg, and Jason Hammer, the captain of the ship. Thank you for everything you do. Happy holidays, everybody, and see you Thursday.
All right. Got one more pick left. It's a degenerate special, but it's a diet degenerate special because it's a conference championship game. I'll explain next. Question for you, Mr. Kendall.
Yes.
Is there really such a thing as a college football degenerate special at this point in the year? Because if you're still playing football, you're really good, you're playing for a conference championship, or you're one of the service academies. Is there such a thing as a degenerate special at this point in the college football season?
Yeah, because let's talk about that for a second. The college football playoff. one of these goober schools is going to get a pass into the 12, right? Does anybody think that James Madison or Tulane or any of the rest of these schools have any business being there? They're not going to get beat by 93 points as the 12 seed by whoever the 5 is. Yeah, a bunch of these Stinksville goober schools got no business playing anything right now.
I heard Tulane. Let's go.
It's time for Hammer's Degenerate Special.
You had me at Tulane, you son of a... How about the American Championship? I'm sorry. I thought this was America. Some of us are proud of this country, Rob. You may have been an elected official, but I'm the patriot here in this room.
Yeah, but am I wrong? You got Texas, Vanderbilt, Miami. All of these teams would beat Tulane by 9 million points, and if they win this game, they're getting in the championship, right?
Rob Mandami over here clearly hates America. That's fine. But not me. I'm betting on the American Championship. The Mean Green of North Texas taking on Tulane. This is the Transfer Portal Bowl. Both head coaches going elsewhere. You've got North Texas head coach. He's on his way to Oklahoma State. You've got Tulane's head coach. He's on his way to Gainesville to take the Gators gig. So all of the kids in this game, they're auditioning not only for their current scholarship, but maybe if they think they're good enough, their head coach will take them to the new destination. Are any of these guys good enough to play at Okie State? Well, maybe now, but in theory, I don't know. Are any of these kids good enough to go to play at Florida in the SEC? I don't know. Florida, maybe now, but we'll see. All I know is that the total in this game is sitting at 65.5. That's a lot of points. But Tulane is playing this game at home. They are laying 2.5. And I want no part of it. The better offense, the better quarterback is the North Texas quarterback. Ooh. These dudes put up some numbers. They have an amazing passing attack. I know the weather could be a little chilly, but it's not going to be like the frozen tundra here in Indy. I want the road team. I want the points. I want the better quarterback, and I believe in America.
Yeah!
Give me the Mean Green of North Texas. I will take the 2.5. For Rob Kendall, I'm Jason Hammer, David Stephanoff of Follow Never Fade, and Kenny Britt of KB Sports. They've been our college football pro handicappers all year long. This is our final Tuesday podcast. Moving forward, everything will be on the Thursday show. College football picks. If we ever want to dive into some basketball, we'll have that. Everything will be on the Thursday shows moving forward.
I won the regular season.
We'll talk to you guys on Thursday. We are the Degenerates Next Door.